Padami na po ang lumalabas na ebidensya. Transnational crime, money laundering, espionage. It is too early to rule anything out. How do we rule anything out when the documentary evidence throughout history demonstrates the united front operations of the Chinese Communist Party?
Unang-una, papatawag po natin ay yung pong midwife na nagpaanak sa kanya. Pangalawa po, nung magpa-file silang rate registration, sino po doon kung saan siya nagpa-rate registration ang tumanggap. Pangatlo po, Madam Chair, gusto ko pong patawag yung barangay chairman na kung saan nandun yung kanyang farm. Kasi syempre, if you have a farm, and it's not a backyard farm, it's a commercial farm, you need to get a permit para ma-aproban yung farm na yun. You have to get a sanitation permit, etc. Nais ko rin po patawag yung mayor na nag-endorse sa kanya, na nag-last term na, and she was endorsed by that mayor to take his place. So, syempre, si Mayor, I'm sure, hindi naman siguro niya i-endorse itong si Mayor Go kung hindi niya kakilala.
There are enough red flags to warrant further scrutiny. Paano po kami hindi magdududa, mga kaibigan? Pero nung binanggit ni Mayor sa hearing na ang nanay niya ay si Amelia Guo, ano po ang mga pangalan ng inyong mga magulang?
Ang nanay ko po si Amelia Lial po.
At ang ama po ninyo?
Angelito Go po.
And by the way, sabi niya sa interview niya kay Karen Davila na nakita lang niya ang pangalan ng nanay niyang kasambahay na nakasulat sa birth certificate niya, suggesting na tama ang pangalan ng nanay sa birth certificate niya na Amelia Guo din. Pina-check namin agad sa PSA ito at ito ang aming nakita. Tapos, nakalagay sa birth certificate niya na married ang mga magulang niya. Pero, no marriage record din. Mamaya, mas lalaliman pa natin ang pagtanong natin dyan because we will show that both her stories, the one in the May 7 hearing and the new one before Ms. Karen Davila, are riddled with holes. Hindi po ba dapat natin siyasatin ang identity ng isang tao na bago maging mayor ay co-incorporator sa Baofu, ang dalawang hinabla ng Singapore court in a 2.8 billion Singapore dollar money laundering probe, the country's largest money laundering case. Jiang Ruijin has pled guilty, and his romantic partner, Lin Baoying, also involved in Baofu, is still facing charges. But, according to news reports literally yesterday, she was also poised to plead guilty. We were also made aware of stunning revelations in international media made by a former Chinese spy, alias Eric, literally just a few days ago, that China planted him in various locations, including in Southeast Asia, as a spy in 2007.
Do you believe there are secret places here in Australia?
澳洲肯定会有一些中国的秘密特工，他们在澳洲肯定已经有了一个支持的一个系统，而且我们都知道一些中国的社团组织实际上就是为中国政府工作的，这是一个公开的秘密警察系统，越来越忙，他们的权力毫无疑问是得到更大的膨胀，人员呐、编制啊、财务啊，可能都有进一步的膨胀，所以说他们在海外的一些行动，相对来说也更加的活跃。
Si Mayor Alice Guo po, 2005 ang delayed registration of birth. Opo, hindi 2003, but 2005 upon clarification with PSA. Malabo kasi ang typewriter ink sa birth certificate niya, so 19 years old na siya noon. Tapos, meron ding previous investigations in other countries of China planting agents and making them run for public office.
Do you believe?
I can tell you that I cannot recall if, as is reported, that from 2003 to 2015, 12 years long, that if I can't recall, I can't be an active member.
Why would we think exempted tayo? Why would we think that in light of the conflicting claims in the West Philippine Sea, magpapadala sila ng assets sa Australia, US, Cambodia, pero hindi sa Pilipinas? Nakagitgita nila sa karagatan? Ano tayo special? Padami ng padami na po ang lumalabas na ebidensya. Transnational crime, money laundering, espionage. It is too early to rule anything out. How do we rule anything out when the documentary evidence throughout history demonstrates that united front operations of the Chinese Communist Party have links to triad groups and criminal syndicates? I'd just like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. Salamat po sa pagdalo. Ito mismong Prince Group na ginamit na front ng former Chinese spy na si Elias Eric ay dawit sa scam hub operations. Hindi po ba tama na magtanong? Hindi po ba tama na magduda? Pero mga kaibigan, let me also take this opportunity to remind all of us, racism is never justified. Ang Pilipinas ay dapat manatiling bukas at mapagkandiling sa mga taong sumusunod sa ating batas at walang hangaring masama, Pinoy man o dayuhan. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Raffy Tulfo. Salamat po. We will not condone making open targets of anyone just because of their foreign blood. Gaya ng wala din tayong problema sa mga anak sa labas o anak ng kasambahay na tinago o ano paman. I'm the sponsor of the Foundling Law at pinaglaban natin ang mga batang ipinanganak na walang ganap na identity. Pero kung sila ay nagpapapasok ng mga pugante, kung sila ay nakikipagsabuatan sa money launderers, kung sila ay nagtangkang tumakbo for public office na alam nila na mayroon silang disqualification, kung sila ay nagtatrabaho kontra sa ating pambansang seguridad, pagkukulang naman po namin bilang mga halal na lingkod bayan kung di namin ito maiging siyasatin. Is this mayor, who was born on a farm, taught by literally one person from kinder to high school, tapos hindi nag-college, a Chinese spy, a big-time money launderer, an enabler of scams, human trafficking, none of the above, one of the above, or all of the above? Friends, the stakes are too high for this investigation not to be pursued. Marami pong salamat. I'd like to ask my colleagues if they also have opening statements. Senator Raffy, you have the floor.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Madam Chair, Senator Win Gatchalian, I've seen the transcript of the previous hearing in this committee pertaining to the investigation being conducted, and I saw also the videos wherein para bang teleserye itong buhay ni Mayor Alice Go. Blockbuster ito kapag ito ay ginawa nating teleserye kasi fairy tale Siya ay anak ng isang kasambahay na nabuntis ng isang mayamang Chinese, and then pinalaki sa isang farm, tapos nag-aral sa bahay, wala siyang kakilala mga kaibigan, and then isang araw, bigla na lang siyang naging mayaman. Unlike sa Cinderella, merong tinatawag na prinsipe na sumalo sa kanya. Dito, it seems to me that she did it on her own. Maraming butas po ako nakikita dun sa narrative ni Mayor Go. Nag-attend ako dito ngayon para bubutasan ko po. Marami po mga butas doon sa mga statements ni Mayor Go. Hopefully, I have some few questions na kailangan niya masagot. Kapag hindi niya masagot, doon nakikita na meron po siya talagang itinatago. Hindi po kapani-paniwala. Marami din po ako, Madam Chair, na request sa committee na ito ipapatawag. Unang-una, ipapatawag po natin ay yung pong midwife na nagpaanak sa kanya. Pangalawa po, nung magpa-file siya ng rate registration, sino po doon kung saan siya nag-file ng rate registration ang tumanggap. Pangatlo po, Madam Chair, gusto ko pong patawag yung barangay chairman na kung saan nandun yung kanyang farm. Kasi syempre, if you have a farm and it's not a backyard farm, it's a commercial farm, you need to get a permit para ma-approvean yung farm na yon. You have to get a sanitation permit, etc. Nais ko rin po patawag yung mayor na nag-endorse sa kanya, na nag-last term na, and she was endorsed by that mayor to take his place. So, syempre, si Mayor, I'm sure, hindi naman siguro niya endorse itong si Mayor Go kung hindi niya kakilala. Patatawag din po natin yung BIR. Patatawag din po natin yung mga suki niya na pinagbebenta niya ng baboy. Patatawag din po natin yung mga tauhan niya sa farm. Kasi sabi niya, lumaki siya sa farm and she worked there for so many years or managed the farm for so many years. And of course, hindi naman niya pwede i-manage yung isang commercial farm all by herself. She has to have a lot of people. And who are those people? Hindi naman pwedeng sasabihin niya, hindi ko kilala yung mga taong yun. And of course, dapat marunong siya magkapampangan. At tanong ko lang muna, Mayor Go, marunong ka magkapampangan?
Magandang umaga po, Senator Raffy, Madam Chairman Senwin. Di takla mo po yung aking kapampangan po.
Hindi klaro.
Hindi po. Konti lang po yung alam ko po. Konti lang po.
Okay. Yun nga yun eh. Matagal ka sa Tarlac at nakahalubilo mo yung mga tauhan mo and all of these people that work under you, of course, they speak Kapampangan. And I'll tell you, I lived in Zamboanga only for 2 years, from kinder to grade 1, and yet, natuto ako magsalita ng Chapacano. And it's unbelievable on your part, and you live in that place up to now, and dealing with people, with your staff sa farm mo, at hindi ka natutong magkapampangan, konti lang. Ako, malawak ang Chapacano ko. And I only live in Zamboanga for 2 years. At a very early age. In your case, from start hanggang ngayon, nasa Tarlac ka, ng primary language doon ay Kapampangan, and yet konti lang. That's unbelievable. That's very amusing. Tell it to the Marines, sabi pa nga nila. So mamaya po, Madam Chair,
Yes,
marami akong katanungan na sigurado kong pagpapawisan itong si Mayor Go. Bigyan po natin siya ng tissue at saka panyo. Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair.
Salamat, Sen. Raffy. And at the proper time, bago tayo mag-suspend ng hearing mamaya, iimbita nga ng chair sa ating COMSEC yung mga dagdag na resource persons mula po sa private sector, mula sa local government, sa mga national government agencies din. At pero para dun sa nais itanong mamaya sa tumanggap ng late registration ni Mayor, we actually have here in the hearing today and can be questioned also later yung local civil registrar po ng Tarlac. So salamat po sa opening statement. COMSEC, paki-acknowledge yung ating mga resource persons at pasumpain yung mga hindi pa nanumpa nung nakaraan.
Good morning, everyone. The committee would like to acknowledge the presence of the following resource person. From the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, we have Undersecretary Gilberto Cruz, together with Director Winnie Guidato and Dr. Winston John Castro. From the Department of Labor and Employment, we have Mr. Jerome Lucas, Attorney Margaret Lapid Pule, Attorney Diane Karim Ramos. From the Department of Foreign Affairs, we have Von Ryan Pangwi. From the Interagency Council Against Trafficking, we have Attorney Hannah Lizette Manalili. From the Philippine Statistic Office Authority, we have Engineer Marisa Grande, Attorney Eliser Ambatali. Then from the Commission on Immigration, we have Attorney Arvin Cesar Santos, Attorney Jose Carlitos Litas, Mr. Peter Demotenis Demetria. Then from the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, we have retired General Raul Villanueva, Attorney Jessa Maris Fernandez. Then from the National Bureau of Investigation, we have Agent Marvin Gangano and RD Jerry Abiera. Then from the Philippine National Police, we have Chief Investigation Division Police Colonel Crispin Banes. Then we have Police Major Job Berong. Then from the Philippine National Police, we have Acting Area Police Commander of Northern Luzon, Major General Romeo Carama Jr. Then we have Police Brigadier General Jose Higaldo Jr., the Regional Director. Then we have from the Municipality of Ambaban, Province of Tarlac, we have Mayor Alice Guo. Then from the Land Registration Authority, we have Attorney Ronnie Tababa. From the Tarlac Electric Cooperative Incorporation, we have Mr. Jesus Bruno. Then from the Commission on Election, we have Chairperson George Erwin Garcia. From the Clark Development Corporation, we have Vice President Gloria Victoria Yap Tarup and Assistant Vice President Rodin Perez. From the Anti-Money Laundering Council, we have Attorney Adrian Arbon and Attorney Richard Chan. We have the Municipal Assessor of Bamban Tarlac. We have Mr. Mar Antonio Tan. And we have the Civil Registrar, Local Civil Registry of Tarlac. We have Mr. Armin Leonardo Ibarra. Then the General Manager of Sung Yuan Technology. But he's currently detained at the Provincial Jail of Tarlac under the jurisdiction of the Province of Tarlac, manned by Warden Police Colonel Samuel B. Munoz. The committee wrote a letter requesting Warden Munoz to allow Mr. Walter Wong Long to appear on this committee. We also sent a letter invitation to Mr. Wong Long. Madam Chair, can I read the responsive portion of the reply of Mr.
Please do, COMSEC.
Okay. Inasmuch as we would like to bring the subject person deprived of liberty at the above mentioned hearing, undersigned could not do so due to the absence of a court order. We tried our very best to apply and secure a copy of such, but I'm afraid that we would not obtain it in due to the time constraint. Further be informed that movement of PDL outside the jail premises requires a court order, as this entails a lot of paperwork to be submitted to the provincial government for the approval. In connection, the undersigned manifested and apologizes for the non-compliance on our part and has no intention to undermine the Senate's inherent power, but also consider the court's contempt if we will break the rules. Rest assured that we will comply if the honorable body will issue same order. The committee staff also went to Tarlac to deliver the invitation to the incorporators of Baofu, Mr. Chang Ruin, Bayong Lin, and Mr. Shang Wan. The invitation were received by the head of the security, Mr. Jimmy Alputan of Fontana, and another incorporator, Ms. Rachel John Malonzo Carrion. The invitation was received by her mother, Ms. Loida Carrion. We also invited the incorporators of Hongshin, Ms. Rowena Gonzalez Evangelista, but the others therein are non-existent. Ms. Rita Itorralde, the corporate secretary of Hongshin, do not live in that address. The invitation from Ms. Joy Castro was received by her nephew Brian Butin and Ms. Telma Daranan. The president and treasurer of Hongshin do not live in that address. That's all for now, Madam Chair.
Thank you, COMSEC. Please extend the committee's appreciation to the warden of the provincial jail where Mr. Walter Wonglong is a person deprived of liberty. Of course, ginagalang naman natin yung pagsunod ng warden sa rules ng korte at yung prosesong dapat daanan muna nila kaugnay ng provincial government of Tarlac. So, in consultation with Senate Legal, the committee will, the chair is asking the assistance of the COMSEC. Alamin po natin paano po tayo makapag-proceed para makuha pa rin yung testimony ni Mr. Walter Wonglong. By the way, bakit sila nakadetain?
According to CIDG, there are cases filed against them locally. There are complainants.
Right, salamat COMSEC. And then, clarification, nung i-deliver yung invitations sa mga incorporators ng Baofu, ang tumanggap ay head of security ng Fontana?
Rest in the articles of incorporation.
Okay, Fontana, which is also a familiar name in the long-standing investigations of the Senate sa kabuuang Pogo operation. So very interesting. And then the mother and daughter na naka-receive sa invitations, Carrion, that's also, friends, that's also a familiar name in the current investigations of the Senate Committee on Women of Pogos, and even in connection, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, with the Baofu investigation in particular. And lastly, COMSEC, so yung mga dinedeliver na invitations sa mga personalities ng Hongshin, those were non-existent addresses, or those persons were not truthfully living at the given addresses. So, parami yung mga, bumibigat yung balanse ng hindi totoo sa totoo na sa mga dokumentong i-examine ng committee.